All right. Hi, guys. I'm here with Coach Mark Teague from Bolton High School. He's the head football coach there. And I'm just going to ask him a few questions about how COVID-19 is affecting his life and his football life, and just get to know what's going on with him. So the first question I'm going to ask you, Mr. Teague or Coach Teague, is um, how when you found out that schools were shutting down and you wouldn't be able to school year, how did you feel about
Um, there was not much you really could do about it. My first thought was, yeah, I'm glad it's happening. There was so many unknowns about this virus that I felt like it was the right precaution to take, for everybody to, shelter and let the people who know what's going on, who handle this stuff better than we would, take all the precautions necessary to find out what's really going on and what's the best way to, just stay safe. So we missed out on spring practice, but at the end of the day, that's not a big deal for me. I mean, my biggest priority was safety of these kids, obviously ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. That's the most important. And what was your reaction to hearing about COVID-19?
I didn't know really how to look at it at first because there's so many different angles, and you're watching the news. It's all doom and gloom on one network, another network. You're hearing all this blah blah blah, and so I don't know. We just played everything by ear. That's what I did. That's what a lot of us did in Bolton, and we just waited for direction from the governor, and we're getting guidance from the CDC, and we just followed whatever instruction was there.
Yeah, that's all we can do. It was just a surprise for everyone, really.
Right.
And how has COVID-19 changed your life?
It changed mine pretty dramatically. Being a cancer survivor, and I had to take a lot of extra precautions before. So on that end, it changed things, but it was no different than what you or anybody else would have to do. But it made me more, conscious about things that otherwise a lot of us wouldn't pay attention to. Touching things and all that. Now, kids used to make fun of me because I'm a germaphobe. I've always been one. And so they told me, they said, Coach T, I know it didn't bother you. You already wiping down stuff, washing your hands like crazy and everything. So, but long story short, it didn't change a whole lot. I just had to be very conscious about who I was around more than anything.
Okay. So you was already prepared, huh?
Yeah. And then had to be more prepared given my situation.
Right. Well, I'm glad you're staying safe. So
Definitely.
What have you learned from being in quarantine?
Stay off Amazon.
Yeah. That's hard.
I spend so much money on Amazon, it's ridiculous. No, but seriously, it's actually been a good thing. A lot of times as a head coach, we have to work on the fly. You're working in between class schedules, you're working in between practice schedules, and we always feel as though there's always some details you left out, for just anything. And by being quarantined or I won't say locked in, whatever you want to call it, it's giving me time to be able to go through and not rush. I have time to map out a lot of football stuff. Able to talk to other coaches. That's probably the biggest thing, because as coaches, we play phone tag with one another a lot because we're all doing the same thing, trying to handle details on the fly. So it's been a lot easier to communicate with coaches with scheduling and everything. Everybody's sitting at home right now. So it's actually not been a bad thing.
Yeah, it's like you can come as a community, come together as a community, and as coaches, and talk to each other.
Right. Because typically, you call a coach, if he doesn't answer his phone, it's 3 or 4 days before he can get back to you.
Right.
That's not uncommon. So.
Okay. And how have you coped with living in worlds where COVID-19 exists?
I'm pretty much a homebody anyway, so honestly, for me, it hasn't been that different for me. I can't speak for others, who are always out and about. I'm sure it's a lot different for them. It's a not a culture shock. It's a change for them from their normal routine. But for me, it's honestly, if it really sounding as if I'm just the most boring person in the world, it hasn't changed much for me.
Okay. And how have you changed your training routine, for the upcoming season?
Right now we're actually working on that. The details of that. We're gonna wait until the 8th till we get the all clear to go ahead and go with summer workouts and small. So that's the only thing that has changed. We've met as coaches in Zoom meetings like what we're having right now, and we've kind of discussed some preliminary things where how we can have our workouts with kids being socially distanced from one another, and how we can get the most out of them in a smaller group. We think it's going to be a good thing because you can get a lot more done with lesser kids as opposed to having all of them out there. So I think it's going to work out pretty good.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about it like that, but that's a good point.
And you get it's more individual time for a lot of the kids who need that. So I think it's going to work out.
Good perspective. And what does coaching football mean to you?
Without dropping a bunch of cliches on you, it's what I've always wanted to do. I mean, I've told my sons, get you a job where it's not a job for you. But no matter the hours, no matter how hard it is, you love what you do. I love doing this. It's not a job for me. I think at some point, whenever I retire, I'll still be coaching. Because you meet so many kids from different backgrounds, and it has an effect on you. You get close to them, and so what it means to me is this: I have the opportunity to watch kids that are not related to me, watch them from 9th graders when they're running around being little knuckleheads till all of a sudden they come back after they graduate, their fathers, they got kids, and they're coming back telling you, you remember when you used to say this and say that? I said, oh my God, you were listening? And so that's what it means to me. It makes me proud to see these kids grow up, and when they're in the 9th grade, they're saying, oh, I'm going to the NBA, I'm going to the NFL. And as coaches, we know you're gonna get out there like everybody else. You're gonna get a job, you're gonna raise a family. And to see that come to fruition and see them be successful is wonderful. It takes away all the bad losses you may have had when they were there. So
well, that's all worth it, huh?
Oh, it is. It's definitely worth it.
And what advice would you give to other coaches, dealing with the effects of COVID-19?
Find the positive in it. If you're that kind of person that you have a routine, and that routine included getting out and about, doing things, and you're just outdoorsy person, and you're just used to doing whatever, don't fight it. I mean, there's a lot you can get done in being in the situation we're in right now because of this disease. Things I pointed out to you is that a lot of minor detail work we tend to forget during the season that we just don't have time to get to because you put things in priority, and some things you just forget about. Now you have the time to kind of be more organized and plan out things better and have a contingency plan if something doesn't go right. That's what I would tell coaches. Use this time as productive as you can. Find a positive in it. It's not going to last long. We're going to be back out there again. And I think if they do that, they'll find they're going to be a lot more prepared for the season than they have been.
Okay. Yep, that's great advice. And one last question for you, Coach Teague. I was just trying to figure out, what goals do you have for the next season?
I think for this next season, going into this year, the entire football team will consist of kids that are mine. It's not a knock on anybody else before me, but this is finally every kid on this team from 9th grade up to 12th grade will have been there since I've been there. And this is going to be the first year. We have a strong senior class. They were the freshmen that came in with me. Well, they were 8th graders when I came in. So they were the first group that came in from middle school with me. And they've been with me the whole time. They've got high expectations. Everybody's ready to see something positive come out of Bolton. It's been long overdue. They're ready to help turn the corner. And we have a favorable schedule, I believe. And I think we're going to do pretty good this year, but not just from a win-loss point of view, from a discipline point of view, from just a growth and chemistry is the big thing. I think the chemistry on the team is going to be the best it's been since I've been here. So that's my expectation. I'm not going to lay out wins and losses because high school football is very cyclical, meaning, they're going to be teams on our schedule that were pretty good last year that may have lost a lot. They're going to be rebuilding, and the opposite, applies as well. But that's just my main expectation, that we just have a good year. Nobody's, we avoid injuries, and the kids maintain good grades this year. That's probably the biggest thing I want to focus on. And just ride this thing out for what it is. And the biggest thing I've told our kids, let's just have fun. Let's just enjoy it. It gets too serious sometimes with, you got the people out, in the community that own them, they want to see something happen. And it puts pressure on these kids. And I just tell them, enjoy it. When you were 8 years old, this was the most fun thing in the world for you to go out in the yard and play football. Now, because you're in high school, people are putting expectations on you. Have fun. You got grown men making millions of dollars playing a kid's game.